Welcome to Binary Options 105 chart timeframes. This is part of our Binary Options 100 training course, which is brought to you by binaryoptions.net.au. Chart timeframes. In Binary Options 103, I recommended some charting programs. This is tradingview.com. At the top left here, I have the financial instrument, the Euro USD, and I have the time frame, which is 15 minutes. On this drop down list, you'll see I have a number of available time frames to choose from, anything from 1 minute to 1 month. But what does it mean to have a 15-minute time frame or an hourly time frame? Well, let's look at this 15-minute time frame first. It means each one of these candles or bars represents 15 minutes of price data or price movement. So say on the hour this candle would open, at quarter past the hour it would close, and another candle would open. Half past the hour this candle would close, another candle would open, and so on. So every 15 minutes a candle is closing and opening. If we were to look at an hourly chart, then each one of these candles represents an hour of price data or price movement. So on the hour a candle would open, the hour following it would close and another would open, and this just carries on. And in future videos I will teach you how to read these candle charts to speculate with higher probability where future price is going to be. With such a selection of chart timeframes to choose from, which time frame do we use? Well, I think that's determined by which expiry are we using when we trade binary options. If we're using a 60-second expiry, then I would strongly suggest using a 1 minute time frame. If we're using a 15-minute expiry, then it would make sense to use a 15-minute chart time frame. If we're using an end of day expiry, then perhaps a daily time frame. You may ask the question, which expiry should I be using? And we'll cover that in a future video. But basically it's determined by your trading strategy. Some strategies will work better on longer expiries, where some may work better on shorter expiries. So I'm going to give you some chart time frame tips. The first one is zoom out, and to explain this tip, let's look back at our chart at tradingview.com. So here's our Euro USD 15-minute time frame. If we were currently trading binary options and we had this chart open as it is, it's quite hard to tell where price is actually going and where it's been. It looks like price is just moving in a kind of sideways direction. There hasn't been much change of where price has been over the last 15-16 hours. The time of day is at the bottom of the chart here. You'll see as we start to zoom out, we soon get a better picture of what is actually happening. Okay, so this was the data we were looking at, and price isn't actually moving in a sideways direction, but it's steadily moving in an upwards direction. But it's not just the overview of price we need when we zoom out, but there could be potential areas in the market, such as these lines here, which provide potential opportunities to place call and puts and profit. Now these lines have been drawn by connecting this high here and this high here and this low here and this low here, and in a future video I will go into more detail of what these lines are and how they work. But when we were so zoomed into the market, these lows and this high were not even visible. Another trading tip would be to use a dual monitor system, or to have two monitors. This is not essential. One monitor is sufficient for trading. But if we do have two monitors, we can use one for our time frame and the other for our trading platform. So we don't have to keep minimizing and maximizing our screens. Analyze the most popular time frames. We want to be looking at the time frames the professionals are using. And these time frames are the 15-minute, the hourly, the 4-hourly, and the daily. Stick with this course, as I will teach you more about chart timeframes and how to read charts and benefit from them. And then the last trading tip, which is very much my personal opinion, and that is the higher timeframes seem to be less random. They seem to be a bit easier to read and more reliable. When I say higher timeframes, once again this is my personal opinion, but anything from hourly upwards. So thank you for watching another video in this series. Please stay with us on this course, and please check out our website binaryoptions.net.au.